The Chosen One's Journey by Dragonwolf12. A very familiar beeping coming from his backpack interrupted Ash's ponderings. The egg! He thought in excitement. Swinging it off, Ash reached into his pack and pulled out the glowing egg. Gary, who'd seen the glow in the corner of his eye, looked at Ash in surprise.
Whoa, you have a Pokemon egg?
He asked. Yes, Ash replied, and I need some space. It's on the verge of hatching. Brock! Misty! They hurried to his side. Brock quickly pulled a blanket out of his pack for padding, while Ash gently removed the egg from the incubator. The other trainers who'd noticed the commotion started crowding around, trying to get a look at the egg hatching. It needs some space, Ash growled. Gyarados! He called out his massive atrocious Pokemon, and it roared, causing the crowd to back away in fear. Ash, unfazed by the roar, called out his Wartortle. Use your Ice Beam to make a low wall around us, he ordered. Don't let anyone cross it, but they can still watch. Wartortle fired an Ice Beam around the area, making a 2-foot wall around them. Gyarados lay down among the edge of the wall and growled at anyone who dared try to cross it. Once Gary had gotten over the shock of Ash having a Gyarados, he realized what Ash was doing.
Yeah, guys, give him some space, he shouted. When a Pokemon hatches, its trainer has to be the first thing it sees to imprint on them.
Once the trainers heard Gary, they stopped clamoring to get closer, reluctantly agreeing. Never thought I'd say this, but thank you, Gary, Ash thought. He focused his attention on the hatching egg, waiting for the final phase to start. Suddenly, the glow brightened, and it started growing, until it was a little over a foot tall. Arms sprouted from the shoulders, while 2 horns grew on the top of its head. As the glow faded, the Pokemon looked around and focused its attention on Ash. Ralts? The Pokemon said. It walked forwards and snuggled into Ash's chest.
What kind of Pokemon is that?
Gary asked, observing the Pokemon as Ash stood up. His Pokédex failed to give him any information again. It's a Ralts, Ash replied, a psychic type normally found in the Hoenn and Sinnoh regions.
It is so cute,
Misty said, gazing at the little Pokemon in Ash's arms. Ash rolled his eyes at Misty's antics, before focusing his aura on the little Pokemon to form an aura bond. It was easy, as Ralts had already imprinted on him, and it immediately accepted the bond. Ash smiled as he pulled out a Pokeball and captured it, quickly sending Ivysaur to the ranch. Pulling out his Pokédex, he scanned the ball. Ralts, the feeling Pokemon. It can use the horns on its head to read human emotions. Ralts rarely shows itself to humans, but may occasionally approach when it senses positive or happy feelings. This Ralts is male, and has the ability Synchronize. He knows the moves Teleport, Confusion, and Double Team.
How come your Pokédex scanned it, but not mine?
Gary asked in annoyance. Since it's my capture, my Pokédex gets updated for my new Pokemon, regardless of origin regions, Ash explained. Gary sighed.
All right, Ashy boy. I'll see you around. Nice outfit, by the way, he said.
Jumping into his car, Gary drove off, leaving a trail of dust. Ash sighed. The more they change, the more they stay the same. So where is the Fuchsia Gym anyway? Ash was asking as they made their way through a dense forest. I can't believe there's a gym out in the middle of nowhere like this, Misty commented. Eventually, they came out into a clearing to see a massive ancient-style mansion. That's weird, Misty commented. A huge mansion out in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know any old houses like this still existed, Brock said. Well, at least we can ask directions to the gym, Ash said, walking to the courtyard. He suddenly stopped and looked around. Can you feel that? He asked. What? Brock asked. It feels like we're being watched, Ash said. There are hundreds of Pokemon in the forest around, Brock said. It's probably nothing. I guess you're right, Ash said. They made their way to the front door and slid it open. Hello? Is anybody here? Ash called. Is anybody home? Misty called. It seems deserted, Brock said. Misty suddenly leaned against the wall, and it opened, causing her to fall through. Ash spun around at her cry. Seeing nothing, he activated his aura sight and saw a passage behind the wall. A secret door, he commented, pushing it open. Misty was sitting on the ground, rubbing her butt in pain. What kind of messed up place is this? She asked. It sure isn't your run-of-the-mill mansion, Brock said, examining the passage. Ash's eyes were glowing blue as he looked around. "This place is really messed up," he commented. "There are traps all over the building, invisible walls. Is that room slanted? I can also see over 100 Voltorb, all hidden in little grottos. Ah, there are 2 humans here, and a Venonat coming around the corner." They turned to see the insect Pokemon walk around the corner. Its aura resonated surprise that Ash knew it was coming, but also determination.
Butter.
It said, and then ran past them into the mansion. It turned around again.
Butter.
"It wants us to follow it," Pikachu translated. Ash told Brock and Misty what it wanted. "What do you think? Should we? Or just leave and try to find the gym?" "Normally I'd say leave," Brock said. "But we are hopelessly lost. Our only chance of finding the gym might be asking these people." "Can you make sure we don't fall into any traps?" Misty asked. "Yeah." Ash's eyes started glowing blue again. "I can see them all. Follow me." He walked off into the mansion. As they walked, Ash pointed out different traps that he could see. "There's a Voltorb hidden under that panel. That corridor is just an illusion painted on the wall. There's an invisible wall down that hallway. That plank of wood has a pressure sensor." He finally came to a stop in front of a blank stretch of wall. "That Venonat is right behind this wall, and I can see a human in there too. Why is she crouching in the rafters? Wait, I sense the other human is standing in the next room." "Ash, this place is giving me the creeps," Misty said. "Can we just ask directions and get out of here?" Ash pushed the door open and walked in, followed by Brock and Misty. The room seemed empty, apart from the Venonat standing in the center of it, but Ash knew otherwise. "Excuse me," he yelled at the ceiling. "Sorry to intrude, but can you tell us how to get to the Fuchsia Gym?" There was silence. Ash frowned. "I know you're up there. Can you answer me, please?" His only response was a barrage of throwing stars. "Whoa!" Ash shouted. Reacting instinctively, he brought his arms up to cover his face, and a blue shield of energy suddenly formed in front of him. The stars hit the shield and bounced off. Ash looked at the shield in slight surprise. He knew he could do it, but he hadn't yet figured out how. Until now, apparently. A woman wearing a pink ninja suit dropped from the ceiling. She was looking at him in awe. "An Aura Guardian? How? I thought you were extinct." Ash shook his head. "Not extinct, just really rare. I might be the only one living in Kanto at the moment." "And why were you throwing stars at me? You could have hurt us if we'd moved." "I was surprised and annoyed that you knew where I was," she replied. "My humblest apologies. I am Aya, Ninja Warrior." "Accepted," Ash said. "I'm Ash, Aura Guardian in training and a Pokemon trainer. This is Misty, a water trainer, and Brock, a breeder in training. And you were hidden really well, but no one can hide their aura. Not even the man on the other side of that wall, listening in on this whole conversation." Aya turned in surprise to see a wall slide away to reveal a man wearing a dark blue ninja suit, similar in color to Ash's overcoat. "Greetings, Aura Guardian Ash," the man said as he walked into the room. "I am Koga, Poison Master of the Fuchsia Gym." "Hello," Ash said. "If this is the gym, then I challenge you to a battle for the Soul Badge." Koga nodded. "Very well, I accept your challenge. The battlefield is in the courtyard." He went over to another wall and opened a passage that led to the vast courtyard.